Hello, welcome to a special short from the Hacked Human broadcast, where tonight I'll be speaking directly to the kids. Yes, not just the children of the United States, but as of the globe in a whole. Young girls and boys, it's come to my attention that you have plenty of questions surrounding what you've seen on social media and from your friends and in popular culture about transgenderism and puberty blockers. So let me break this down to you and be very blunt and bold and reach out to you as human beings. First and foremost, sex hormones are a very powerful drug. While they do not initiate a high like a narcotic or a recreational drug, they will initiate change at the cellular level in every aspect of your body and mind. It is a very, very powerful pharmaceutical. As for puberty blockers, this is a drug intended to inhibit and stunt the growth of the human body, of the physique. Now, within your physique is an organ, and that specific organ that exists inside your body, called the brain, is one of those things that will be and should be inhibited by such a drug created for such a purpose. Now, what that means to you is there are, as far as I know, 3 main times within the lifetime of a human being that organ called the brain grows and develops at a rapid rate. 1 is within the womb. 2 is within the next couple years after birth. The 3rd and most heightened and probably most potent period of rapid growth that organ called the brain that exists right here grows is during puberty. What this means for you is, if you are to take puberty blockers at a time in which, during a lifetime that could last 100 years, through that period between 10 and 20, let's say 12, 13, 14 years old and 18 years old, or 10 to 20. This is when that organ within your body called the brain develops at its most rapid rate, increasing in size and capacity that will ultimately determine the ability to retain knowledge and IQ for the rest of your life, of which could be 60, 80 years you will live afterward, once it is developed to maturity. Now, if you are to accept and take this drug during this period of time, there will be 3 results. Now, they talk to you about puberty blockers to decide if you would like to be a boy or a girl. Well, there's a 3rd result I will share with you. At the end of this time of taking this drug and inhibiting your growth, which will include the organ in your body called the brain, at the end of this cycle, there's a 3rd option. You will not just be a boy or a girl by your choosing. You will be a retard. Understand, I am not talking about the word retard in the name-calling sense. I'm talking about grammatically and rhetorically speaking, you are, by definition, slowing, inhibiting, or retarding the growth of the organ in your body called the human brain. At the end of this period in time, you will have experienced several years less of growth and development versus your competitors and your peers once you reach the time which you will go to school, college, post-secondary learning, or into a career. You will be competing against individuals who have had far more years of development into their brain and their mind than you do. That being said, I want you to understand this from me to you, children. If you're sat down by your mother and father, your aunt, your uncle, friends, or a teacher from school that wishes to talk to you about puberty blockers, and whether or not you will wish to choose to be a boy or a girl, this is one thing that you can do. Square your shoulders. Look them eye to eye as I'm doing you right now. And you tell them that you do not want to be a fucking retard. And then tell them to get out of your face. Do that much. Do that much for yourself. Why? Because you're not just children. You're not just some parent's kids. You're human beings and you have rights. Don't let anybody do anything to you. Ever. Do not let somebody else's rhetoric and opinion dim the shining bright star that will be your intellect that is within inside of you once you reach maturity. Never do that. Furthermore, if you find yourself in a position at any time where a grown-up or an adult is asking you to do drugs or to use drugs, here's what I want you to do. You take this thing called a fist and you ball it up and you drive it right into their groin. And if you are not yet of a physical stature or have not developed enough that you cannot knock them down, by God, you come and find me. And I will handle it for you. You're at a point in your life where adults are going to try to influence you and they're going to try to direct you down avenues that will ultimately lead to, within just a few years' time, you being all on your own. And you have to decide for yourself what's best for your intellect, for your mind, and your life in the future. And you wonder if anyone will stand up for you. I will never stop fighting for you, and there are others. Understand that and believe that, because that is true. Okay? That's all I have to say about this. I love you. Good night.